Welcome back to the super not funny show reviews. And today I'm reviewing Reservation Dogs season 3 episode 7. It's entitled Wahoo and it's come to you from FX on Hulu. So, what did I think about it and should you be watching? And before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. Once again, we have an episode that's not focused on the res dogs. This last season seems to be a lot more about, telling the stories of people around them, and contextualizing it into kind of the lives of the people, of the reservation dogs themselves. So we actually only see 3 of the 4 of them in this episode: Bear, Elora, and Willie Jack. But this is all centered around Bear's mom, and she's Rita. She's single mom. She's been raising Bear and everything. Bear's damn near grown. We know he's got a job, he goes to school, etc., etc. But in this one, it starts off sounds like she's getting fired, but actually she's got a really good job opportunity in out of state. I think it's like Kansas City or Albuquerque. And this sort of puts her in a weird, kind of weird state of mind. As she said, she mentions to Bev that it's happening, and Bev's like, "Get out of here." But it's, Rita's just not like, I don't think I can leave because of Bear. And in the midst of all of her, confusion and turmoil about trying to decide if she should take this big opportunity, she starts seeing the spirit of her dead friend, not ghost. Let's make that clear, because ghosts are stupid according to Cookie. That's right. Elora's mom, her spirit, has decided to visit and make herself known to Rita. And of course, we know many people have seen spirits on this show, so this isn't out of the way. But Rita thinks she's crazy, so she goes to try to see see Larry, who is I guess you would say the psychiatrist or whatever, the counselor at the IHS. And aside from sort of trying to make it not seem like she's a crazy person that needs to be committed, and also sort of letting go of some of his own stuff, he doesn't really help. And shout out to the actor playing Larry, Evan Adams. I think he was great. There's plenty of stereotypically gay people or whatever that are in TV and whatever, but I swear he wore that stereotype so well. Like he seems like the sort of person you could just talk to or whatever. But then he sort of turned it all into something about what he had going on. It was fun. And also, I mean, he wore the hell out of those little the feather earrings. So you got to give the guy credit. He was really cool. I wish we had seen him before in this show, because I feel like he's quite a character. That said, Cookie is haunting, or if you will, visiting Rita. And she gives some interesting information to sort of prove that she's sort of been watching everyone to see, that everything's all good. In particular, she verifies something that we suspected from a couple episodes ago, which is that Bev and Big are hooking up. Good on them, even though it's really the funny information that she provides. But she's been looking after them, and she, in part, is kind of taking Rita to task for failing to do something that is obvious in retrospect, but people are gonna be like, oh, I got so much going on and so forth. But she's been failing to be an aunt to Elora, she's almost grown too. She lost her grandmother. Her blood aunt is not nearby, and she's just sort of sorting out what's going on. But, Rita doesn't know that. She's not going to visit. She's not going to, say hello or just be there. And really is kind of, failing at the job of, her best friend died years ago, almost 20 years ago. And she's failed to be there to be a surrogate mother of sorts for Elora. And this, so Rita's figuring out, am I crazy, what's happening, and she accepts that this is happening, which is a kind of a thing that happened in this show. Weird spirit things and like legendary things and supernatural things happen, and after a minute people just accept that it's what's going on. And Rita, once she accepts that maybe she's not going crazy, this is actually happening, which is, she confirms of sorts earlier in the episode. Just kind of goes around, and it's funny because we realize that this is sort of what Bear's been going through. In fact, Cookie says like her, Rita's family in general can see spirits and talk to spirits. It makes Bear's whole thing with spirit. It puts that into some kind of context. But also it's fun to see her, because we've seen Bear talking to spirit. We realize he really is just talking to nobody, and to see her, go get some catfish and look crazy, and to be verified by Cleo and Rob that Bear does a similar thing. I thought that was a good little bit of symmetry, and also again recalling that the Small Hills, Bear and Rita and other people in their family can see spirits. It also makes something interesting later on in the episode that not everyone gets to do that. So she, once she realizes, like, in order for Cookie to sort of stop haunting her, if you will, she sort of needs to do something for her. She goes to see Elora, and to, because Cookie wants to go to the house and to talk to her, I guess, essentially. But really, I think it's for Cookie to get to see her daughter and to have someone to communicate, because, once she goes in there, and I think you see a change. You see that Rita realizes, like, yeah, I have been, laying down on the job here. I haven't been doing what I was supposed to do. And she really talks to Laura, realizes that Laura has some plans for her future, that she wants to go to college, that, there's more that's going on with her life, that even though she says I'm good, there's other things going on. And Rita, taking the time to actually go do what she should have been doing this whole time, I think kind of opens her eyes to, maybe not necessarily her purpose, but that she could be doing better in life, and to support the people around her. And so, and I'm not gonna lie, that little bit where she, Cookie's like, ask her this, ask her how she is she happy, and all this other things, and sort of seeing that change in Rita, and seeing Elora be, kind of happy that someone is interested and cares, and seeing the way Cookie reacted, I'm not gonna lie, it set me to crying, because not ugly crying, just the tears rolling, because there's a true emotional kind of cathartic experience of seeing someone just change and realize that where they're going wrong, and then making this connection, and also to see Cookie, who missed out on being this child's mother, having to sort of experience these things in a third-hand way, and being so close but can't touch or can't talk to her. And she even says later on, when they're talking in the car, that she's tried everything, screamed, hollered, and all sorts of things to try to get Elora to see her, and she just can't. And that's it. I mean, it's a tragic and unfortunate thing that she wants so much to have this connection, while Rita could have this connection at any time. And I think that's just a universal theme that really gets hammered home in that particular scene. And so it all ends with, Rita, gathering Natalie and Bev, who were her, Cookie's friends, and just having a ceremony to allow Cookie to move on to, as she said, she's not really here nor there. She's just kind of stuck in between, and to kind of give her a sending off ceremony. And Bev gives a great little, speech or whatever about her. And it was beautiful. And again, it kind of made my tears come out again, to see these ladies like finally do something they should have done, maybe years ago, that maybe they weren't mature enough to do it. Maybe they didn't understand, but now they do. And to kind of see that where their friend's memory can be, properly, put to rest. Really, it's really a great episode, especially a shout out to Devery Jacobs, aka Elora, for directing this episode. She did a wonderful job. I think all of her choices, not just the way to film it, but like the kind of the bits of silence, where the humor lands, how she framed everyone's faces and reactions. I think she did an excellent job, and I'm so glad that she got to be a part of the creative process of making this episode, and really making this season of Reservation Dogs come together. It's been really nice to see her growth as a storyteller. But overall, I love this episode. Again, this is what we call a fill-in episode, not a filler episode, because it's really filling in like some characters, giving them a lot more depth, and I think leading us towards what I feel like is going to be a very satisfying conclusion to the series. So anyway, those are all my thoughts on this episode. What did you guys think about it? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there, and of course you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, or @supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, do me a favor, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see these reviews. All right, thanks for joining me on this particular review. Come back next week. We're going to review episode 8 of Reservation Dogs. Until then, I've been Mo, your commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.